It was a Tuesday in September.
This just in, we have unconfirmed reports this morning that a plane has crashed into one of the towers of the World Trade Center.
There has just been a huge explosion. We can see a billowing smoke rising, and we see this extraordinarily and frightening scene behind us.
I've never seen anything like it. It literally blew itself into World Trade Center.
And saw bodies falling out of the building. He ran outside and watched people jump out of the first building, and then there was a second explosion.
The building's exploding right now. You got people running up the street. The whole building just exploded some more. The whole top part. The people here everybody's panicking.
Another one just hit. Something else just hit. A very large plane just flew directly over my building, and there's been another collision. Can you see it? Something else
So, it wasn't a dream. Crashes, planes, fires, terror in our city. The news, all true. Blue sky, filled with billowing smoke, a penetrating smell of ash and death. Streets once jammed with cars and buses, empty. No planes or subways. All calm in the eye of the storm on 912.
And you can just see this surreal picture of the tower on fire and then just slightly bulging at the sides, and then it just fell down right in front of our eyes.
So I had my bike with me and I rode down within a couple blocks of the World Trade Center to see just what was going on, if they needed help. I didn't know what really was going on, and it smelled like it does now, just kind of how I'd imagine like a concentration camp would smell or something. It's just ashes, yeah, and there's just dust all over the place. It looked like a huge gray snowstorm had hit.
By the time I got to work, I had no idea that the towers fell. I knew that the first plane had crashed into one of the twin towers, and while I was on the bus, that's when everything fell.
I saw people in the street. They were looking up at the first tower, and I saw smoke. So initially, I thought it was just another apartment building or something, that there was just a fire. And then the doorman had said that a plane hit the building, and about a few minutes later, we saw that second plane just come right through and was burst into tears and was screaming. And everybody on the roof terrace was screaming because it was almost as if that explosion was gonna come and hit us.
Just looking and watching some icon of New York, of America, just drop out of the skyline. It was just so surreal and so heartbreaking.
It's nothing like the Oklahoma City bombing. It's nothing like the Pearl Harbor thing. This is too close to home.
To hear that people were on fire and jumping out of the buildings, and then to hear that there is no more twin towers, that's just, it's like another reality, It's like one day you live in one reality, and the second day, everything's changed.
I looked out the window, and sure enough, the towers were, on fire. Watched the news, and then the second plane hit. And then so I watched it, as the first building came down, the second building came down. Later on that evening, 7 World Trade Center came down. It was just horrible, just horrible.
And then I finally got in touch with my friends down in Washington, D.C. area, and my cousin. And they were all okay, so it's pretty scary.
My brother-in-law was one of the people who ran for his life. He works at Chase, the headquarters, and he just got off the PATH station. He left the World Trade Center. He saw the entire thing, and as it came down, he ran as the smoke came toward him. He said it changed his life. His life is never going to be the same again.
Who knew a box cutter could cause such devastation? Just smuggling one of those onto a plane.
I don't know. I was born and raised here in the city. I got the tickets to the first day the observation deck opened on the World Trade Center. Me and some friends went down there, and you just never thought that, I just never thought that this would happen. It's just terrible.
People are stranded, unable to go to their homes downtown. Police escorts take some beyond the barricade to gather pets and other essentials. The only way off the island is by foot on the bridge.
It's all closed off. It's emergency vehicles, front end loaders,
Emergency personnel 3. My ID says I live on the Upper East Side.
You know, if you had like a bill with your name on it and your address.
I have everything with my name on it. It's in my apartment.
I know, that's the problem.
Frustration and fear, unsure of toxins in the air that are burning eyes and noses. Smoke, anthrax. Something worse? Is another attack on the way?
The first thing we said was, let's go see if we can do anything. But then you get to the point where you're like, this is our city, something tragic has happened, you know, and you feel better when you're like out among people and you're kind of sharing the experience.
I mean, we don't really get a chance to see destruction and death. I mean, we live sort of in a, we live in a privileged society here in America.
I was dreading, the phone calls telling me that so-and-so died or whatever. I did find out that one girl was on the 105th floor, and they haven't heard anything yet, so we don't know what's the status is. But we're thinking it looks pretty bleak at this point. I've never witnessed war before, and this is probably as close to it, as you can get. It's like a war zone.
Is this World War III? Is this the end of peace in our nation? Is this the beginning of the end of the world? Pain, confusion, and outrage all twisted together. For some, it means revenge.
Well, 90% of the intelligence that we're getting so far points to the organization of Osama bin Laden. But before we, have any strikebacks, we have to confirm that. But they will pay. They will pay. It's a terrible thing that happened.
We had no connection with whatever they're angry about, but we still get the downfall from it. So if we do it to, like the Americans do it to somebody else, it's still, you're getting the public and not the actual person, like the people that were doing it. Something has to have happened to them first.
I didn't support Bush in the election. I don't think I would have necessarily wanted Al Gore in this situation either. I kind of wish Bill Clinton was still around. It's good that the bipartisanship is sort of wiped away and everybody's standing behind Bush right now together in Congress. And I hope that there is a quick retaliation. Just some serious physical attacks need to be done on the countries and the individuals that did this.
I think that his reaction is a pretty common reaction. It's pretty much one of revenge and outrage.
I was wishing Bill Clinton was still president.
I don't think his response is very soft at all. I mean, I think it's pretty much one of, we're gonna find whoever did it, hunt them down and kill them, and that's basically the message, right?
And I think this is gonna change America forever because this really hit home.
I mean, I definitely do think it has a lot to do with the relationship between Palestine and Israel.
On a religious aspect, this planet belongs to the Lord, and it was a gift given to us. And they've been fighting over there for millions of years or thousands of years. If we're helping someone over there, we are not destroying lives. We're building lives. We're creating a future for the whole world. And this is just a sign of just like a future that can be destroyed.
A lot of people are going to be killed, innocent people are going to be killed. If they strike back at Afghanistan and just, level those cities over there, if he's hiding out in the mountains, he may still be around, and innocent people will be killed. They've already been killed. Do we need more death? That's not really a solution, but I don't know, what can you do? I mean, what can you do? We've lost, maybe 10,000 people could be dead under the rubble down there. It's a terrible thing.
Thousands searching for loved ones.
My hearts go out to all of the people affected by this. They don't deserve this. These are innocent people. This is a horrible attack. When you think of the sneak attacks that have been perpetrated, there's no military purpose to this. This is cowardly. It was awful. It was horrible. And again, the people of the city of New York are going to demonstrate, as we have when we've been tested before, that we're stronger than these barbarians.
Strangers come together with newfound community. Reaffirmed faith in New York's finest. Innocence is wiped away. We see enemies. Stripped bare, forever changed. our weakest hour becomes our finest. Healing hands, rebuilding, for a moment, undivided.